If you like this edition and you want to know more about the topic and understand it in detail, head on to pallavisegel.com to see the full video on the topic. Today, we are diving deep into Warren Buffett's 1992 letter to Berkshire Hathaway shareholders, a letter that delivers some of the most profound and enduring investment philosophy insights. This letter is remarkable because it tackles the false dichotomy between value and growth investing, introduces a universal formula for valuation that applies to all assets, and delivers Buffett's famous margin of safety principle. We also get a scathing critique of the strong options accounting that proved to be decades ahead of its time. We'll explore as to why all intelligent investing is value investing, how to use discounted cash flows to value any asset, why the secondary market offers better opportunities and new issues, and how the corporate growth destroys shareholder value. Plus, we hear the delightful story of Mrs. B signing a non-compete agreement at the age of 99. Most importantly, this letter shows how mastering fundamental principles creates a framework for making intelligent investment decisions across all market conditions. Value and growth investing are joined at the hip. The insight out here being that the supposed opposition between value and growth investing is false. Growth is simply one component in calculating value, and all intelligent investing seeks value at least sufficient to justify the price paid. Buffett's perspective, Warren Buffett dismantles the artificial distinction between value and growth. He says that in our opinion, the two approaches are joined at the hip. Growth is always a component in the calculation of value, constituting a variable whose importance can range from negligible to enormous and whose impact can be negative as well as positive. We think the very term value investing is redundant. What is investing if it is not the act of seeking value at least sufficient to justify the amount paid? Why this matters? This insight eliminates the confusion between investment styles and focuses attention on what really matters. Paying less than something is worth. Whether a company grows fast or slow is irrelevant if you're not getting the adequate value. The universal investment formula. The insight out here being that all investments, stocks, bonds, real estate, businesses should be valued using the same fundamental principle, the present value of expected future cash flows. Buffett's perspective out here. Citing John Burr Williams, Buffett explains that the value of any stock, bond, or business today is determined by the cash inflows and outflows, discounted at an appropriate interest rate that can be expected to occur during the remaining life of the asset. Growth only benefits investors under specific conditions. The insight out here being that growth creates value only when incremental investments generate returns above the cost of capital. Otherwise, growth actually destroys shareholder wealth. When talking about the Buffett perspective, here Warren Buffett provides a stark example. He says that investors have regularly poured money into domestic airline businesses to finance profitless growth. He continues and mentions that for these investors, it would have been far better if Orwell had failed to get off ground at Kitty Hawk. The more the industry has grown, the worse the disaster for owners. Why does this matter? This insight prevents investors from falling in love with exciting growth stories that ultimately destroy value. Many investors confuse revenue growth with value creation, leading to poor investment decisions. Margin of safety as the cornerstone of investment success. The insight out here being that even with excellent analysis, investors can be wrong about future cash flows, making a margin of safety essential for investment success. In terms of Buffett's perspective, Warren Buffett emphasizes Ben Graham's principle. We insist on a margin of safety on our purchase price. If we calculate the value of common stock to be only slightly higher than its price, we are not interested in buying. We believe this margin of safety principle is so strongly emphasized by Ben Graham to be the cornerstone of our investment success. Secondary markets versus the new issues. The insight out here being that the secondary markets driven by emotion and forced selling offer better opportunities than new issues when sellers control timing and price. In terms of Buffett's perspective, Warren Buffett explains this difference. He says that the secondary market, which is periodically ruled by mass folly, is constantly seeking a clearing price. In many instances, shares worth X in business value have soared in the market for half X or less. The new issue market, on the other hand, is ruled by controlling stockholders and corporations who can usually select the timing of the offerings. Why does this matter? Understanding this dynamic helps investors focus their efforts on where the opportunities are more likely to exist and avoid the generally overpriced new issue market. And this brings us to the Charlie Munger corner. Charlie's influence shines through the letter's emphasis on understanding business fundamentals rather than getting caught up in market categories. Buffett notes their shared view that simple, low-cost operations are more likely to be efficient than bureaucratic alternatives, reflecting Charlie's preference for focused national business management. The spotlight quote for this episode: growth is always a component of calculation of value, constituting a variable whose importance can range from negligible to enormous, and those impact can be negative as well as positive. What is investing if it is not the act of seeking value, at least sufficient to justify the amount paid? This quote demolishes the false value versus growth dichotomy and focuses on what really matters in investing. Most importantly, this letter shows that successful investing isn't about finding the next hot trend or growth story. It's about consistently applying fundamental principles to find situations where you can buy dollars for significantly less than $1. We hope that you've enjoyed the preview edition of this topic. If you like this edition and you want to know more about the topic and understand it in detail, head on to PallaviSehgal.com to see the full video on the topic.